The sky stitches seams of fading blue, while fireflies weave tales anew. A worn-out fence hums a quiet song that's been there all along. Grass whispers soft beneath my feet, in rhythm with a slow heartbeat. The old creek hums a lullaby underneath the stretching sky. Threads of dusk pull me close to where the earth in silence does. No need to speak, no need to run, just hold this fading sun. In this woven twilight thread, find the peace we thought we'd share. Shadow dancers sway on the wall in the quiet of the fall. Lanterns flicker, breathing light, chasing softly off the night. Let the world in rush and spin, I'll be here where time grows thin, among these threads the dusk has spun, until the night is done. Threads of dusk pull me close to where the earth and silence dose. No need to speak, no need to run, just hold this fading sun. Here in this twilight weave is all I'll ever need. And as the stars begin to glow, I'm wrapped in dusk's soft, tender flow. And as those stars begin to glow, I'm wrapped in dusk's soft, tender flow. Dust swirl like smoke from a preacher's breath, in a town that forgot how to mourn its death. I met a rattlesnake preaching salvation in the dark, telling sinners to pray with a venomous heart. The wind carried secrets through a cracked out spire, where shadows danced on an old barbed wire. Your silhouette burned in the flicker of flames, a ghost in the pews whispering no one's name. In the last rattlesnake sermon, the sky ripped apart, and I held your memory like a broken art. There's salvation in poison and mercy in sin, but the devil's the preacher when the prayers wear thin. I walk through the fire with my hands tied low, searching for heaven where no rivers flow. The sermon ended with a whispered goodbye, and the rattlesnake smiled with a cold, dark eye. So I'll carry your shadow through the dust and the thorn, in the church of the lost, where the night is born. The last rattlesnake sermon still echoes inside, a hymn for the broken, a place to hide. Shadow through the dust and the thorn, in the church of the lost, where the night is born. The last rattlesnake sermon still echoes inside, a hymn for the broken, a place to hide. There's a quiet in the meadow that the sunrise barely shakes, and the fog rolls in so softly, like it knows the steps it takes. I brew your cup of coffee, through the bed still warm with sleep, and watch the world unwrap itself without a need to speak. The morning fog knows you, how you move without a sound, how your love surrounds me, though your feet don't touch the ground. Like mist across the pasture, you're here then out of view, but in every breath I take, I swear the morning fog knows you. You always left so gently, like the closing of a page. No thunder in your silence, no anger in your rage. And though the porch is empty where your laughter used to land, the stillness tells me stories that the air still understands. The morning fog knows you, how you move without a sound, how your love surrounds me, though your feet don't touch the ground. Like mist across the pasture, you're here then out of view, but in every breath I take, I swear the morning fog knows you. Never one for echoes, never stayed to watch the rain, but I see you in the silver blur that drifts across the pane. The morning fog knows you, and it brings you back to me, not in words or touches, but in quiet memory. And though the world wakes loudly, I still rise into the blue, where the fields are soft with wonder, and the morning fog knows you. used to grow, but the weeds have overtaken, and the signposts don't quite show. We walked it hand in hand once, with the wind beside our feet. Now the gravel's grown so quiet, with no one there to meet. The road we left behind still calls out every day. Though the past's been overgrown, I can't seem to walk away. We built it with our footsteps, but the world's a little wild, and the road we left behind still whispers like a child. The trees we used to sit beneath are leaning on their knees, and the sun don't shine the same now that it's lost its ease. I remember how we talked about the dreams we'd chase and find, but the miles have blurred the edges, and we both left them behind. The road we left behind still calls out every day. Though the past's been overgrown, I can't seem to walk away. We built it with our footsteps, but the world's a little wild, and the road we left behind still whispers like a child. Maybe some roads weren't meant to stay, but they carry a little piece of us anyway. The road we left behind still runs through every thought, a reminder of the love we had, though it's faded, though it's lost. I'll never quite forget it, though the years have made me blind, to the road we left behind, still calling from my mind.
There's a tree out by the river where the roots run deep and wide. It's weathered every season, but it's still standing with pride. I carved our names on its bark when we thought we'd never change. And though the years have moved us, that old tree still feels the same. The tree that held us up when the world was pulling down, it's standing tall in silence where no one can make a sound. We grew like leaves together, reaching for the sky, and even when the wind comes, we know we'll still survive. The branches stretch like memories that danced in morning's light, while shadows moved in twilight like two hearts that knew the night. We talked of forever, but the seasons didn't wait. Now the tree stands alone, but it's never felt too late. The tree that held us up when the world was pulling down, it's standing tall in silence where no one can make a sound. We grew like leaves together, reaching for the sky. And even when the wind comes, we know we'll still survive. The branches stretch like memories that danced in morning's light, while shadows moved in twilight
like two hearts that knew the night. We talked of forever, but the seasons didn't wait. Now the tree stands alone, but it's never felt too late. The tree that held us up still watches where we stand, a quiet kind of witness with its branches in the sand. We may have gone our separate ways, but you'll always be the one who helped me stand forever, like the tree that held us up. The tree that held us up still watches where we stand, a quiet kind of witness with its branches in the sand. We may have gone our separate ways, but you'll always be the one who helped me stand forever, like the tree that held us up.
Where the river swells, I heard your name in the midnight bells, but you weren't there, just shadows near, whispering soft yet crystal clear. Your smile is a dawn that never breaks, a dream that falls yet never wakes. I reach for you, but you slip through air, like stardust scattered everywhere. We're the veil between the worlds we know, a touch too soft, a light too slow. No wind, no start, just endless sway in the spaces where our hearts delay. The wind carries fragments of your voice, but it's never loud, just a quiet choice. I stand alone on a bridge that's wide, waiting for the moment to turn the tide. We're the veil between the worlds we know, a touch too soft, a light too slow. No wind, no star, just endless sway in the spaces where our hearts delay. Place. And we like that are soft and still, holding the silence, bending to will. We're the veil between the worlds we know, a whisper lost in the undertow. No time to lose, no need to find, just the veil between your soul and a hymn in the hush of a field gone gold, where the wind writes letters that never get old. I walked where your laughter once kissed the ride. Now it echoes soft in the wings of the sky. Your boots left stories the rain didn't wash, still stitched in the soil, quiet and awash. The crows don't call like they did last June, just a hush between breaths and a slow, sad tune. And I still sew stars into night's loose hem, trying to mend what I lost back then. No train ever came, but I stood in the rain, reading your name in the thread of the plane. I don't need roads when I carry your light, a lantern of memory, soft but bright. Home's not a place, it's a hush, it's a flame, it's a whisper of you when the wild grass came. So I'll keep on stitching the dust to the dawn with the thread of the love that hasn't moved on. Though time blows like weed through an unspoken pain, I still walk with you through the quiet plain. So I'll keep on stitching the dusk to the dawn with the thread of the love that hasn't moved on. Though time blows like weed through an unspoken pain, I still walk with you through the quiet plain. But we don't speak, but it moves like prayer, swaying in time with the summer air. No highways hum, no fences bind, just the hush of earth that I call mine. Stillness has a sound if you sit real low, like the hush between the creek and crow. It don't shout, it don't explain, it just sings in wind and falling rain. Peace ain't loud, but it's all around. Yeah, stillness has a sound. The sky don't rush to change its hue, it turns to dusk like it always knew. My hands in soil, my heart in grace. Time moves slow in this kind of place. Stillness has a sound if you sit real low, like the hush between the creek and crow. It don't shout, it don't explain, it just sings in wind and falling rain.
calls me home. In the rustle where the wild things roam. It don't preach, it just remains in the breath of hills and window pane. When the world is too damn loud, stillness has a sound. Silence loves you best. Frighten the world is too damn loud. Stillness has a sound.
The kettle sings before the light. The world's still wrapped in shades of night. A single bird begins to pray, and I breathe deep the edge of day. Before the morning knows my name, I sit in silence, soft and plain. No past to chase, no weight to bear, just cool dawn air and time to spare. If peace is found, it's found like this. In moments we forget, we miss. My boots by doors I've yet to choose. Road ahead still free of news. No one's calling, no one needs. Just my soul in morning reads. Before the morning knows my name, I sit in silence, soft and plain. No past to chase, no weight to bear, just cool dawn air and time to spare. If peace is found, it's found like this. In moments we forget, we miss. Let the daylight come when it's ready to. No rush, no race, just me and the dew. The clock don't own the quiet hours. They bloom like uncut wildflowers. Flower the morning knows I'm here. I find the truth I hold most dear. That life begins in little shows, in whispered winds the soft light throws, and I am whole, though no one knows. Before the morning knows. The day is fading, the stars unfold. A blanket of silence, so soft, so bold. We're walking where the pines grow tall, where time stands still and we lose it all. silver light, casting shadows through the quiet night. No need to hurry, no need to roam. In this moment, we're already home. Between the pines and the moon, where the world just fades away too soon, we'll hold on tight, let go of the fight. Under the stars, everything's alright. Just you and me, nothing to prove. In the stillness, we found our groove. The river hums a gentle song, where the current moves slow and strong. We'll sit and listen with hearts at ease, in the rhythm of the whispering spring breeze. The fire burns low, the embers glow. With every moment our love will grow. No need for words, just the way we feel in this quiet space. Everything's real. Between the pines and the moon, where the world just fades away too soon, we'll hold on tight, let go of the fight. Under the stars, everything's alright. Just you and me, with nothing to prove. In the stillness, we found our groove. And as the dawn begins to break, we'll watch the sky for love's sake. In the stillness, in the quiet tune, we're forever lost between the pines and the moon. Between the pines and the moon, where the world just fades away too soon, we'll hold on tight, let go of the fight. Under the stars, everything's alright. Just you and dust on the dashboard, gold in the trees, sun setting slow like it's trying to please. Windows down, let the silence in. Even the wind knows where I've been. Home is a quiet road, not a house or town. It's where the noise of the world dies down, where the stars don't rush and the moon don't fade, and peace don't feel like it has to be made. I'm not lost, just taking it slow. Home is a quiet road. Home is a quiet road. No need for answers, no need to speak. The gravel hums just the song I see. No signs to guide me, no maps to trust, just a soul and the sky and a little dust.
Home is a quiet road, not a house or town. It's where the noise of the world dies down, where the stars don't rush and the moon don't fade, and peace don't feel like it has to be made. I'm not lost, just taking it slow. Home is a quiet road. Maybe one day I'll settle in stone, but tonight this wheel is the place I've grown. No destination, just letting go of everything heavy I used to know. Farmer's a quiet road in the hush of night, when your heart rides easy and your chest feels light. No doors, no keys, no fixed abode, just me in the dark on a quiet road. Home is a quiet road in the hush of night, when your heart rides easy, your chest feels light. No doors, no keys, no fixed abode, just me and the dark on a quiet road. Used to carry names like stones, the ones I lost, the ones I've thrown. The trees let go without regret. Maybe I can learn that yet. Leaves don't blame the wind for falling, they just dance down without stalling. They trust the ground, they trust the end, and find a way to rise again. If they can turn and not pretend, maybe I can too, my friend. I've chased the sun, I've cursed the rain, made peace and war inside my brain. But dawn don't judge the night before, it just shows up and shines once more. Leaves don't blame the wind for falling, they just dance down without stalling. They trust the ground, they trust the end, and find a way to rise again. If they can turn and not pretend, maybe I can too, my friend. All the weight I thought was mine was just weather on a borrowed time. Now I walk a little lighter, slow, letting go and letting grow. If I don't blame the wind, they sway. They know there's grace in giving way. I've walked the lines, I've lost the map, said too much, then took it back. But the stars don't judge the sky at night. They just hang there, soft with light. Now there's nothing left to chase, no finish line, no wild race. Just the sound of breath, the weight of grace, and this old smile upon my face. I've come so far to find this place where there's nothing left to chase. The porch light hums, the coffee cools, the wind is kind, and I bend the rules. Not every dream needs to come true. Some are just meant to carry you. Now there's nothing left to chase, no finish line, no wild race. Just the sound of breath, the weight of grace, and this old smile upon my face. I've come so far to find this place where there's nothing left to chase. The younger me would ask me why. Now I just nod and watch the sky. There's peace in not needing more, just this moment and an open door. Now there's nothing left to chase, and that's the gift I now embrace. The road still winds, but I don't run. I'll walk it slow beneath the sun. The fight is done, the dreams replaced with nothing left, and that's enough to chase. The sun is sinking slow, casting shadows down below. We're walking down that winding road where the sky and earth unfold. The breeze is soft, the air is sweet. Every step the world feels complete. No need for words, no need to race. In this quiet we found our place. On the edge of the horizon we'll find our way, where the night and the stars come out to stay. We'll let the silence speak
Underneath the hollow oak, the secret side, where shadows twist like smoke against the sky. A silver fox with eyes like burning coal whispers the stories that time stole. The creek runs backward where the lost horns dream, murmurs of lovers in a spectral stream. I traced your footprints in the dust and rain, but they vanished in echoes like forgotten pain. In the hollow oak, the past never dies. It dances with ghosts beneath moonlit skies. I'm chasing a shadow, it's part of my soul. It echoes from the hollow. Oh, I'm whole. The wind hums low like a mournful tune, carrying secrets beneath a haunted moon. If you listen close, you'll hear the call of a love that's lost but outlasts all. So I'll stand by the tree where the silence speaks, where time folds thin and the spirit seeks. With every breath I'll remember and cope in the echoes from the hollow. So I'll stand by the tree where the silence speaks, where time folds thin and the spirit seeks. With every breath I'll remember and cope in the echoes from the hollow. Once she stood with her hand on my pain, steam from her breath whispering rain. He'd ride up slow through the copper dust, with eyes like promises dressed in rust. They danced in rooms I couldn't touch, but I held their echoes, soft and much. Then one left and one looked through, but I was glass, what could I do? Now I face the fields alone, watching time in broken tone. The curtains fray like years undone. I'm just a window facing no one. Birds don't land like they used to try, and even the storm don't ask me why. Once I framed a life so wide, now I frame the
stay. So let the house fall, let wood turn gray, let dust be hymns for yesterday. If love looks in, it's already gone. I'm just a window facing no one.
There's a shadow in the well where the light won't fall, and a tree that bleeds sap through the winter's call. Your boots are buried where the sun can't shine, and I still taste the dust where your lips were mine. The porch steps crack like they're keeping score of all the things we said but never swore. A rusted knife lies under the old oak ring, and I can't remember if you took my ring. Wolves don't cry in the rain, they just howl like the thunder that swallows a midnight vow. I chased your ghost through the cottonwood bend, but the wind was too bitter to call you friend. There's a rustling in the barn where the past still hides, like a broken record spinning in the tide. I felt you slip through my fingers like smoke, but your shadow still dances when the candle broke. I drank the whiskey, but it tasted like you, like the rivers we crossed when the sky was blue. But you're not a memory I can shake off. You're a scar I wear like an old worn-off cloth. Wolves don't cry in the rain, they just bleed, while the earth spins slow and the dead can't plead. I'll wait by the creek with your name in my chest and love you still, but never confess. Wolves don't cry in the rain, they just bleed, while the earth spins slow and the dead can't plead. I'll wait by the creek with your name in my chest and love you still, but never confess. There's antlers in the attic and feathers in the floor, a shotgun shell of silence where your boots once wore. The porch lights blinking Morse code sighs, and the corn won't grow where the scarecrow lies. Your letters came folded like a paper windmill, tucked between Bible pages you said never to feel. Now the crows sit preaching on the rusted gate, singing psalms to the dogs that forgot how to wait.
of buttons, a braid of hair, a pine wood box labeled nowhere there. And I pour black coffee for the wind each dawn, watching shadows pace where the cattle's gone on. Antlers in the attic, roots in the air. Love never left, it just don't live there. So I sleep with the wolves and dreaming strong, chewing on the silence like a toothless law. Antlers in the attic, roots in the air. Love never left, it just don't live there. So I sleep with the wolves and dreaming strong, chewing on the silence like a toothless law. Antlers in the attic, roots in the air. Love never left, it just don't live there. So I sleep with the wolves and dreaming strong, chewing on the silence like a toothless law. I buried my name in a jar of clay under the elm where you walked away. Left my coat on the scarecrow's spine and watched it dance like it still was mine. There's a note in the drawer with your final lie, faded ink like a tear too dry. You said love was a bird that don't nest long. Guess I stayed for the ache, not the song. Now I drink from the dust where your shadow fell, whiskey and ghosts in a carousel. Your ring's on the horn of a moonlit steer, and I ride through the past just to keep you near. This life ain't clean, it just wears you thin, like ashes in a bell jar sealed within. I heard you're in Texas with a new last name, trading scars for pearls and playing tame. But the wind down here still calls you true. Even the crows ask, where the hell are you? I built a chapel out of rusted steel, lit candles made of every hurt I feel. And if God comes round, he'll find me bare, preaching to ghosts in the midnight air. Don't chase your light, I just breathe your flame, like a brand on my soul I can't rename. This ain't a love song, it's a prayer gone thin, spoken soft from the ashes in the bell jar tin. Now I drink from the dust where your shadow fell, whiskey and ghosts in a carousel. Your ring's on the horn of a moonlit steer, and I ride through the past just to keep you near. This life ain't clean, it just wears you thin, like ashes in a bell jar sealed within. Heard you're in chapel out of rusted steel, lit candles made of every hurt I feel. And if God comes around, he'll find me bare, preaching to ghosts in the midnight I don't chase your light, I just breathe your flame, like a brand on my soul I can't rename. This ain't a love song, it's a prayer gone thin, spoken soft from the ashes in the bell jar tin.
There's blood on the back roads where the wild winds cry, underneath a sky that bleeds its own goodbye. The tire spins stories in the dirt and rust, tracing the ghosts of a broken trust. Your voice rides the night like a hollow flame, calling my name through the midnight rain. I chase the echo, but it slips through my hands like dust on the wheel of a worn-out van. Blood on the back roads and tears in the rain, a heart on the run trying to break the chain. I'm lost in the silence where the darkness grows, but I keep driving where no one goes. The stars don't shine for the ones who roam, but I carry your memory like a haunted home. In the rear view mirror, the past's a ghost, and the blood on the back roads means the most. So I'll ride through the night, through the pain and the scars, following moonlight and broken guitars. Blood on the back roads, but I'm still alive, holding on to the fire that keeps me alive. So I'll ride through the night, through the pain and the scars, following moonlight, broken guitars. Blood on the back roads, but I'm still alive, holding on to the fire that keeps me alive. There's a boot in the mud and a ring in the well. The preacher's horse ran off and no one could tell. You left your name carved into a knife right next to mine, like a vow or a lie. The bell don't toll in the chapel no more, just swings like a drunk on the hardware store. I lit a match for the wind to hold, but it died like the promise you never told. Crows don't pray, they just
switchgrass blade. Mama said love ain't a man or a plan. It's a curse in the dust on a working man's hand. And the devil, he don't knock, he sings through a busted screen door and old guitar strings blings. I dug one grave, then I dug one more. Not for a body, but the war before. And now I drink from a jar labeled never forgive, and whisper to ghosts who forgot how to live. Crows don't pray, they just watch and wait, perch like sins on the rusted gate. I don't need heaven, I don't fear hell, I sleep in the barn where the silence fell. She came through the cottonwood twilight, her saddle stitched from old church hymns. The wind held its breath just to listen as her boots tapped ghosts on the brim. Her eyes were two lanterns from long closed minds that flickered with stories untold. She spoke like a match being struck in the dark, burning quiet, stubborn and bold. She rode a horse made of smoke and string, no reins, no name, no wedding ring. Her trail was a map of things unspoke, and she vanished each dawn in the breath of the oak. She sang to the sky in a whisper of ash, wove lullabies into the rain. The hills turned their heads just to watch her pass, even silence remembered her name. I gave her my flask, she filled it with stars, told me don't wait, just feel where you are. She kissed like a story that no one believes, then left like the wind through dry autumn leaves. She rode a horse made of smoke and string, past the edge where the lost angels sing. If you blink, she's gone, but her echo stays like a shadow that hums in forgotten highways. She rode a horse made of smoke and string, past the edge where the lost angels sing. If you blink, she's gone, but her echo stays like a shadow that hums in forgotten highways. twilight, her saddle stitched from old church hymns. If you blink, she's gone, but her echo stays like a shadow that hums in forgotten highways. I was born with coal in my lungs, named by a crow, raised by a gun, ate from a plate that the devil kissed, woke each day with a clenched up fist. Ma wore ash like a wedding veil, Pa played cards with the county jail. My name ain't much, but it cuts like sin, carved in the bark with a busted pin. Red bone hymn, hum it low, for the kin who reap what they don't sow. Ain't no preacher in my skin, just blood, just fire, just where I've been. I sleep with boots still on my feet, dreaming storm